Thought tonight had a lot of really outstanding comedy performances. Um, so this quote stuck out. It's now up to us to choose who we want to be over the next 15 years and for decades to come. Will we accept an economy where only a few of us do spectacularly well? I mean, that's a funny question because it's asked as though it hasn't been answered repeatedly throughout history. I mean, yeah, there's quite a it's called the 1%. There's a whole group of people who have established they're perfectly content with the rest of us not getting anything. So that's not really. And then he sort of goes on to finish, or we commit ourselves to an economy that generates rising incomes and chances for everyone who makes the effort. I really found this quote to be kind of symptomatic of the space as a whole, which was pretty Orwellian. I mean, it gets more Orwellian every year. And I don't know if folks remember that video of President Obama talking during during kind of the first set of Ferguson rebellions. And, you had fires in the background and Obama giving a speech over here. There's just two completely different views of reality. And I remember talking to a lot of folks and just feeling like that moment was very surreal. And this moment was similar to me, except that the contrasting picture was reality itself. And there's no mention of Detroit or the water crisis, no mention of the varying housing crisis still taking place across the country, no mention of the mass criminalization of poor and homeless people in the country. I mean, we've had conversations about poverty not being mentioned, but this was almost like an escalation. Because it wasn't just the poverty wasn't mentioned, it was this glorious, we have returned, real hyper-nationalistic, not at all what's happening on planet Earth. Unless for some people it is. And I think that that's a really interesting point. That one of the things that he really was driving home is that we're all in the same boat. But I think that the numbers, whether we're talking about the disproportionate amount of people of color who are in the prison industrial complex who face police brutality, if we want to talk about the disproportionate numbers of poor people who suffer from a lack of health care, nutrition, housing opportunities, if we want to talk about what climate justice really means to communities that are fighting toxic waste, I mean, we're not all sitting in the same situation. And I think that there was a real effort to make us forget that some of us, a lot of us, are struggling a little bit differently than some of the folks, many of whom were in that room. We highly encourage people to continue to get involved, to support local, conscious, engaged green candidates, to get involved with any variety of struggles taking place. Shouts out to the folks who really have been leading the charge in Black Lives Matters, and before that in Occupy. And it's kind of sad that this was the way we followed up MLK's birthday. That's it.